statements today, including some contradictory ones. We continue to monitor the situation closely and hope that it will soon return to a peaceful course. Earlier Monday, U.S. President Donald Trump revealed that the United States had engaged in talks with Iran over the past day. Trump said the two sides had major points of agreement and suggested a deal could be reached soon to end the ongoing conflict. Hours after Trump's announcement, a high-level call took place between Iran and Russia. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi.
This is Times of India, by the way. They're giving reports on this, but I'm not so sure they're talking about Iran.
Spoke with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in what Tehran said was an urgent effort to coordinate with one of its key global allies. According to official statements, the call was initiated by Tehran, signaling the country's urgency amid the evolving conflict. This development comes immediately after Trump described U.S.-Iran talks as very good and productive, aimed at achieving a complete and total resolution of hostilities. While details remain limited, the engagement has already begun to reshape regional diplomacy. The Kremlin emphasized its cautious stance, noting that conflicting statements make the situation difficult to assess. Moscow expressed hope that hostilities would soon return to a peaceful path, highlighting Russia's continued role as a strategic partner in the region. Russia is closely watching both
If you live anywhere here in the red circled area and you have an old, struggling air conditioning or heating system, President Trump says the U.S. has been engaged in what he called constructive talks with Iran.
He says that because of the talks, he is postponing attacks on Iranian energy facilities. Iran is denying that the talks took place. ABC's Karen.
And not only that, Iran is saying they won't talk with him. I mean, they were talking with him twice, and he bombed them twice. You know, in the face of what this is on the face. It was planned a long time ago, but on the face of it, we negotiated twice and bombed them twice during negotiations. Negotiating with Trump would be technically absolutely dangerous to do, wouldn't it? Okay, so no, they're not. And they're refusing to, and they're still hitting motherfucking Israel. And here's the thing, he gave them 5 days, or we'll start bombing them again. That's because the Ford is going to be coming out of dock in about 5 days. All 3 carriers in the region got hit and were caught on fire. They say this one caught on fire in the laundry room, and it wasn't because of battle, but we all watched it get hit. Anyway, it didn't sustain as much damage as some of them because the one isn't going to be recommissioned for another 6 months. 5 days, this thing comes out of port. I'm telling you right now, I think within 7 she'll be on the bottom of the sea. This is not going to de-escalate. So here's where it gets sticky. This is open-minded reporting. They're talking about they're not a U.S. base.
Incinerated.
Iran launched a missile strike on southern Israel on Saturday night, hitting the towns of Dimona and Arad.
Dozens injured, homes destroyed, streets torn apart. Residents of southern Israel are shaken after Iranian missiles struck Arad and Dimona, leaving...
See, Dimona. Now, in the real world, Israel has about 200 nukes. Not officially, but that's about what they claim. This site is their active reactor that they make their nukes with, and store some of their nukes there. Yeah.
What we do know is, look, Dimona, town in the...
If it was official and known, which it is in the real world, Israel would be in worse off position than Iran as far as international law goes. They should have been sanctioned, cut off from the world, etc., a long time ago. Anyway, fast forward to today.
South of Israel, and it houses, it's home to a nuclear, it's called in the Negev Desert.
We are now witnessing a moment that military historians will likely point to as the beginning of a complete strategic collapse of the Zionist entity. In the last 48 hours, the ground has literally...
And actually, they're talking about just one strike. I know for a fact there were two.
shaken beneath the feet of the occupiers. Not just because of the Iranian missiles that pierced through what was once touted as the world's most...
And I mean, the second one has been more recent than the one they're reporting on.
Advanced air defense network. But because of what those missiles did to the psyche of a population that has spent their entire existence believing they were immune. We are talking about the strikes that hit the Dimona nuclear facility, or as the Israeli censorship apparatus desperately tries to call it, the Negev...
Yeah, I believe they're like 3 or 4 hours apart. But they hit it again. I was like, oh! Anyway.
Nuclear Research Center. Let's be very clear about what happened, because the mainstream corporate media is trying to sanitize this. Iran's military launched a precise and devastating retaliation, targeting the very heart of Israel's undeclared nuclear weapons arsenal. This wasn't a random rocket lobbed from Gaza. This was a calculated surgical strike that hit the secret facility where Israel manufactures its doomsday devices. But the...
Yeah. Like I said, they should have been sanctioned years ago, but this has all been scripted, man, and planned, so this is the way it goes. Like I said, Israel's fixing to use their fucking last ditch, because they're in the last ditch. They're fixing to be Gaza, and I'm convinced they're going to be the first ones to use one of these things, because they definitely have them.
Actual story, the one Benjamin Netanyahu is praying you don't hear, isn't just about the structural damage. It's about the invisible killer that is now seeping into the air. We are getting emerging reports from sources familiar with the matter that there are significant nuclear gas leaks in the vicinity of the Dimona site. The regime is working overtime, pulling every lever of its propaganda machine to enforce a...
And that's significant. If you have different levels of plutonium through the process of being made into nuclear bombs, then and including the storage of nuclear bombs in that facility, you're going to have a gas leak, and that's not like a nuclear explosion at all. That's messy. They're going to have to clean that shit up. People are being evacuated and shit. Obviously. They're news silent right now. And that's the long and the short of it. Like I said, I think Ford's going back out in 5 days from the fires that happened throughout that thing. 200 and some sailors were burned, and smoke inhalation and all that shit. I'm like, damn, dude. That sounds an awful lot more like, it didn't sound like a fucking laundry fire to me. I've been on board a fucking nuclear guided missile cruiser. We had fires every day, and in the bilge room, and just all over the damn ship. You never knew where the hell it was going. You're a floating city. Anyway, this war's coming home. He's fixing to put troops on the ground, I think, next week too, when the carrier comes out of port, and they're going to get hypersonic missiled. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be terrible, just to get everybody upset. We're going to go into a fucking full war, act like it's Iran's fault, and start fucking doing stupid shit. Israel's going to get pounded. They're still getting pounded to this moment. Iran hasn't stopped. They're like, fuck, they don't know who he's talking to. I don't think he knows who he's talking to. No, honestly, he does. Right at this moment, they can't come out and be like, oh, we're getting our asses whooped. The carriers are on fire and shit. Because the big shit ain't even lined up yet. This is is all put off and more to the show, is what it is. And the confusion of war. Well, I try to keep my eye out on it a little bit. I ain't got much better to do out here at the moment, so I'm all like, oh fuck, here we go. Anyway, oh fuck, here we go. Remain calm, everybody. Crater's got this in every atom at 1748 hertz. I'm telling you right now, if you're feeling nervous about anything, I keep getting this all the time. You haven't done your homework, and I've made it easy for you. See my posts section? Get off of my video section. Don't pay attention to the ones that I posted like that. That's fun. This one here is one I did, and you can check that out right here. Start here at the Horse and a Crystal and work your way down. Start with John over here. Homebrew.
Hello and welcome to my channel.
He is Mr. Rogers of the Apocalypse, and boy does he do his homework. This one right here, I don't care. I've been trying to tell you these things for a while. See, that ain't mine. That's just me saying I told you so. This is Jonathan. Learn how to shake water like Jonathan, man. He's a madman. He can make all three of these 2 liters shake at the same time. And so can you. You can. You're designed that way. See, there they go. It's not that hard to do. I've lined them up and done them myself. On this, there's me doing in a glass jar, because I was challenged to do so by Scientific Timmy over here. This one here is probably going to save your life. If you're having ears ringing, can't sleep at night, etc., etc., that's all I'm going to go on. Your Schumann right there, and it's not going to ascend you. This one here is your Horse and a Crystal. That's the moment we found it. This one here probably helps save your life too. It explains what the Schumann is and the results of. And you also have planetary orbits on this thing. Right here is us in Hastings, Michigan. That's a massive jade feathered serpent. It's Lisa back there. We met her in chat. She came out. She lived about 20 minutes from where we were digging that up. And there is history behind it. There's a whole legend the Ottawa people have. Some dude coming along, finding it for him. There's the egg she found when she came to help. If you didn't get it first time, look at it again. This right here, I could have made billions. So go change the world. The people that knew this were putting this shit under patent, and I didn't. I gave it to you right here. This is how the earth was formed. Working model. Right here you got a fucking turtle, right? Sick shit, dude. How to a star? That's you. That's all about you, your design, what you're meant to do, etc., etc. And that's how you get through this. Right there. Pay attention. This here is what's going on. And this is why the government has decided that you had to die to keep my son safe in the bunker. My name is Eric Sebastian Briggs. I used to advise senators. Senator Jim Davis, Republican, North Carolina. I authored the Davis Hemp Bill, forcing federal legalization of CBD hemp. You're welcome. Dogs and old people benefit from the CBD. Prove me wrong. You can't. The legislation said 42 to 2, hell yeah, when there was no hemp legal. And then I stood down because they offered me a bunker because of raw mapped right here. You really want to know the truth? Go there. Do the homework. You'll know the truth. You'll know what you can do about it, and you'll stop being afraid. Right here, this is probably the last one you should look at, unless you want to go oldest first and look at all of them. Because if you have any doubts, you need to. This right here is exactly what it says it is. If you have any doubts, you go here. See this? Latest? Go to your oldest. Bam. That'll take you to the beginning of all this shit. You want to see some stuff? Go there. Holy shit. You wouldn't believe what this... Look at all the takedowns for the mRNA warnings and stuff I had. Fucking censorship throughout the time we've been doing these. I was really getting hit pretty hard there. Anyways. yeah, we got a lot of stuff over here, and you want to catch up on the adventure. These are our lives. You could go to the oldest one. There's Miss Patches, and I already know Miss Patches in both of them. That's right, I saved those. You go oldest first over here. Fucking catch us in the dungeon doing our homework, figuring out how to exact quakes predictions, and it's a good system. And Marduk, we was listening to Marduk and his anger being unbound and all that stuff, all the cuneiform live right here. We listened to it, I commented on it, and made dragonflies the whole time. So there you go. Love y'all.